I got a Steve Young question for you. You played with Steve.
Okay.
Was he a little ahead of his time in the sense it seems like the quarterback position
Yes.
has evolved into what he did? Would he be even better
Yes.
today? Yes.
He'd be Steve.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Famer. How much better can you be? So,
That's true.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's it. He'd be Steve. His
Yeah.
game completely transfers to this game today. It's like Marshall Faulk. And people all the time
Yes.
when they talk about what best running back I ever played against Barry Sanders by far. If I could start a team today, if you wanted me to start a team today and say pick your running back, give me Marshall Faulk. He can run between the tackles. He's Roger Craig 2.0.
Yep.
That's the only reason I take Falk over Roger Craig. The way they played the game is the way the game is played today. You can run between the tackles. You can run the screens. I can split you out as a running back. So that's it. In Steve's game, mobile quarterback, accurate in the pocket. Can definitely he can make all the throws, strong enough arm to throw the deep comebacks. He can throw it in the middle of the field. He can throw outside the numbers. Will stand in the pocket, deal with the pressure, competitor, just tough, leader. The kind of guy that you want to play with and play for, and you like him as a person. So which makes him the ultimate leader because winning mattered so much to him. And he appreciated and saw how much the guys around him wanted to win, and he didn't want to let you down. And then just the talent, and he won. He came through when it mattered. So you never worried about him doing his job. That completely applies to how the game is played today. The guy that reminds me most of him. I never hear this comparison, but I say it all the time. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson plays the same. He plays the game the way Steve played the game to me.
Enjoy.
What's that?
Enjoy. I mean, Steve, the smile was always like the signature thing about him. He really loved playing football. It was fun to watch him play. He had such a flair to him.
You know what? I think it's funny. I don't know. That would be a question that I would ask him. Like, how much fun did you have playing the game? We love the game, but the thing about football doesn't love you back.
True. That's a great
It doesn't
saying.
love you back. Football doesn't care. Football does not care about your love. Football cares about the only two things. That it cares about your you understanding your obligation and commitment. It cares that you're obligated to it and you're committed to it. That's all it cares about. Football does not care if you love it. It will never love you. So sometimes you're not happy doing it. Wow. You're not happy, but you understand the obligation, and by obligation I mean I am obligated to do my job to a level so that the other 10 guys standing next to me can do their job. They're not worried about me. They're not wasting energy. They're not in any way concerned with putting energy into me doing what I need to do, and I have to feel that obligation and understand that obligation that I owe that to those guys. And then commitment. Am I committed enough to put in the work that puts me in position to be consistent enough to stand up to that obligation? That's all football cares about.
Right. It's not like basketball practice, which is a lot of fun. Like it's tough.
No. Football's not fun. That part of it's not fun. It's fun. Like, you learn to like the grunt work. Yeah. I love the grunt work. I loved working on my craft. I love doing that. And game day, I mean, that's it. Never when guys always ask, could you play another season when you want to play football? Like, everybody loves playing the games. No one retires because of 16 games. You retire because of those 40-something practices.
Training camp.
That's
the undrafted guys knocking into you. Yeah.
That's what. Yes. Well, at some point, that's not even going to happen because I reached the point where I was taking 2 weeks off training camp, no matter what. That was just it. My goal was actually to make it through training camp without touching the ground. And I actually accomplished that. I don't know if it was my last year or my next to last year with the Niners. I went an entire preseason and training camp, and I never touched the ground. And I'm proud of that.
Well, I'll tell you, AJ didn't make it a day through training camp without touching the ground. And that's when I knew he probably wasn't going to make it. So that's an interesting way to judge a person. Can you stay on your feet in an NFL practice? If you're a supreme athlete, maybe you're able to.
Hey, it takes athleticism to be able to do your job and never have to touch the ground.
That's right.
Yes, and still make the team. Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything else for him, Bish?
Yeah, so I really liked your Steve Young, Russell Wilson comparison, right? And I really wanted to ask you, right, because this is the new age of young quarterbacks. So let's get away from the Niners quarterbacks, right? Because I think we've beaten the dead horse on being overcritical. There's some new superstars coming, whether it's Justin Herbert, Deshaun Watson. Obviously, Mahomes is obviously a superstar and all those guys. Of those guys, who's the guy that really gets you up to watch, right? Because part of being a quarterback is not only being a very good player, but it's also the guy you want to watch every Sunday. Who's that guy for you, Eric Davis?
Well, I mean, there are a lot of young guys, you just said it, and there are some guys I want to see. Like Herbert, it's too early to tell. He's having some good games. Doesn't make him a good player. He hadn't played enough for me to say he's a good player. Mahomes has proven that he's a good player now. After his first year, everybody was like, "What? He's this?" And I was like, "He's had a good season." You know how many guys had a good year in the NFL? Mahomes has shown that I can. It's about consistency. It's not about being good. He's shown that he can do it over and over. So that's it. Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the league to me. I said that 2 years ago. I said it last year. I think he's the best because of what he can win with a lead. He can win from behind. You give him a running game, he can win. He can win with no offensive line. He can win with receivers. If he has a score of 40, he can win. If you want him to hand the ball off and do it, he can win. It's like Ben Roethlisberger, that type thing, where their ego doesn't get into place. However you want me to win, I find a way to win. But there are a lot of the young guys. I like Allen up in Buffalo.
Me too.
Me too.
You look around. I mean, there are so many there are so many guys that you just have to look and see what they're going to turn into. Some guys, I think they're thrown into it too soon, like Locke. Denver went crazy when I said Locke I said he's a backup at best right now. Everybody in Denver, Colorado, was calling me, and in the state of Colorado. Like, oh, you're a hater, you're this, and I'm just like, he's not ready. I'm not saying that he can't get there, but I'm like, he's not there yet, and you're going to ruin him. I think that's what they're doing.
Have they apologized to you yet?
No.
Because they've been out on Lock the last 2 weeks.
Well,
Denver fans also thought Paxton Lynch was going to be great, so you don't need to really take their word for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I'm saying he has talent. It's just not time yet. And some guys it clicks sooner. So with these young guys, it's hard to tell where they're going to go. But Lamar Jackson is always going to do something great. Patrick Mahomes is going to do something great. Like I said, I like to see Allen play. Herbert, I really love. Go ahead. You mentioned him. I can tell you how I feel about him.
Kyler?
How about Kyler?
Oh yeah, well, Kyler, definitely. Kyler, I love watching Kyler, and I want to see where it's gonna max out. But that's another guy, and he's the one. And it's rare that you have multiple small quarterbacks in the league that are talented. That's why the Manziel and the Mayfields and things. It's hard. You already have Russ. Somewhat, Drew Brees is getting to the end, but think about it. The league is not kind to small guys. It's just not. No. It's just not. So it's rare that you find a guy at the quarterback position that can do it. And Kyler, I like him, and he can spin a football. He really can, and he just has this knack for playmaking, and more importantly, for guys around him believing that he can get it done. Confidence comes from doing, not talking. It comes from doing. Once you've done it, you feel comfortable that you can do it again. You start to believe, you not question whether you can do it again. You know you can do it. And once I've seen you do it, I don't question whether you can do it.